So this might be one of the most expensive acoustics that we've done on the unboxings, and it's an anniversary model as well, which makes it doubly exciting. But I've got a suspicion that these tones are going to be wonderful tonight. So any fans of the MTV Unplugged series will certainly recognise this guitar as soon as I get it out of its case. To give you a slight bit of a backstory while I am getting out of its box, this is a 30th anniversary commemorative model to Eric Clapton's very, very iconic Tribolo 42 is what it's known as now. Tribolo 18, I think probably what he was playing at the time. You can let me know down in the comments while I get this guitar out of its case. This particular model, so there's two that you can get your hands on, one a little bit more difficult than the other. This particular model that I'm going to show you right now, this is limited to 300, and there's a couple of things that make it very, very special. Not only this big old box there, but actually get a load of that little, that's actually embroidered on as well. Ooh, nice attention to detail there, which I think is kind of the ethos of this guitar, is just attention to detail across the whole board, really. Because, you're gonna wanna get this review over here. This is nicely done, Martin. Woohoo! Get a look at a load of that. I always really like a Tripolo. I think it may be my favourite Martin. Like, don't get me wrong, like the sound of a Dreadnought and the sound of all like bigger bodies might be a little bit appealing on kind of first inspection, but I'm a wee guy. I like these kind of smaller bodies as well. Is it in tune? Hey, there you go. I'm getting ahead of myself because we want to hear this actually properly mic'd up and whatnot. Actually, has it got anything else in it? Seeing as though this is the, I guess the big boy version, limited to 300, there is your certificate. This is number 37 of 300 here. Built by the skilled craftspeople in the Martin Guitar Custom Shop in Nazareth in collaboration with Martin signature artist Eric Clapton. Who would have guessed by the name, right? Comes with strings as well, which is a really cool addition. We are here to hear this very, very lovely commemorative guitar. Now, unfortunately, I don't know any acoustic Clapton, but this thing's gonna sound pretty good with some cowboy chords, right? Levels okay? We good?
Levels are good, except I forgot to press record.
Okay, sweet. Let's hear our very first chords on this brand new Martin. Well, doesn't that just sound absolutely lovely? The 30th anniversary model here, the kind of like cliff notes to kind of take away from it, obviously limited to 300 as I have mentioned, but they have gone for the primo woods for this guy here. We've got a Adirondack spruce top on here, which has had actually like a really nice kind of aging sort of done to it. We have a Guatemalan rosewood back and sides, obviously all solid. That's to be expected with these guitars. But then obviously all the kind of like fancier bits on this to make it like in the 42 range as well. That stunning binding on there. Those little snowflake inlays as well, which would Clapton want to be associated with snowflakes? Who knows, right? But The other little bits and pieces as well, obviously, just unbelievable craftsmanship with it. The tremolo I particularly like because, as you heard, it sounds really good with strumming, but also sounds awesome with finger picking as well. Now what I noticed there's actually like not as much development with the note, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna hit something here, just let me play this chord. So you see that it's like the notes all kind of stay pretty uniform across the board. So I've like played some other acoustics recently, particularly like much bigger bodies. See, when you like strum on those, the notes tend to have a kind of like, I wouldn't call it like a fluttering or a kind of chorus effect to it, but certainly there's a development of that note. It doesn't stay just like the kind of consistency. That's one of those things with these slightly smaller bodies as well, especially like with the triple O sort of style, is that they are quite focused, very like just kind of, as I said, quite direct and like not much development over them as well, which obviously makes it really good for finger picking. You might have heard it there, it actually does, it still has that kind of like, you know, like development to its sound there, which I think is really cool, but it's definitely not waving as much as a bigger guitar would. One of my favourite things actually with a triple O is always sticking a capo up rather high on it as well, so let's just test this sound out also. That's a good opportunity to see if that'll still stay in tune there. Yeah, I'd say that's close enough there. Well, that was an absolute pleasure to play, as you would imagine. Now, of course, with this guitar being so synonymous with the one guitarist and also being limited as well, this is going to be a proper dream for any Eric Clapton fan out there. Now, just to clear a couple of things up as well, because there is another 30th anniversary model as well, which definitely comes a little bit cheaper than this one, but I'll link that down below in the description if you do want to check that out as well. These aren't replacing the kind of like O Eric Clapton signature model that we have seen for a while, essentially during the 30-year anniversary of this guitar and of the performance and whatnot, then that model is going to be available probably for about a year. So if you do want it, you should jump on it right now, and it doesn't need to be, as I mentioned, this big anniversary model as well, but for any true fans, I'm sure you'll be jumping at the bit to get this. But let's know what you think about the Eric Clapton anniversary O models down in the comments below, and let us know what else you'd like to see unboxed, because we've got a ton of guitars just through that wall there and we'd love to show them off to you. But until next time, I've been Kieran. This has just been a very quick look at the brand new Martin Eric Clapton O 42 30th anniversary guitar. Have a great day.